There is a land where nature and history together compose the epic of time, where mountain ranges undulate like stone waves, connecting the blue sky and the earth's origin, and where mighty rivers surge, nourishing the great ancient civilization. It is also home to ancient forests reaching skyward, the sanctuary of the gentle panda and other rare creatures, hidden within a diverse ecosystem. Here, every gust of wind carries the breath of 1,000 years of history. Every grain of sand preserves the memory of dynasties long past. People live amidst change, yet fully retain their way of harmonizing with heaven and earth, in traditional architecture, in soaring calligraphy, and in customs that never fade. We invite you to China, a vast nation where natural beauty, cultural depth, and national spirit merge into an eternal heartbeat. Mount Emei, Sichuan, China. Located on the western edge of the Sichuan Basin, Mount Emei is the highest of China's 4 sacred Buddhist mountains, reaching an elevation of 3,099 meters. The natural scenery of Mount Emei stretches from dense primeval forests to crystal-clear streams winding around the mountain slopes. A unique phenomenon here is the Buddha's halo, a ring of light that surrounds the shadow of a person standing on the summit when sunlight refracts through thick clouds. Many consider this occurrence to be a miracle, adding to the mountain's spiritual aura. Mount Emei also stands out for its distinctive religious architecture. The most famous is the Leshan Giant Buddha, also known as the Lingyun Buddha. This colossal statue is carved directly into a cliff face and stands at 71 meters tall. Today, it is the largest Buddha statue in the world. Not far from there is Baoguo Temple, an ancient structure built during the Ming Dynasty, 1615, which reflects a harmonious blend of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. Surrounding the temple are deep green pine forests and majestic mountains, creating an atmosphere of profound tranquility. Thanks to its diverse terrain and climate, Mount Emei is home to over 3,000 plant species and about 2,300 animal species, including rare creatures like white-headed langurs, red pandas, and ancient forest orchids. As one of China's 4 great Buddhist mountains, it is not only majestic and sacred, but also deeply infused with Eastern cultural spirit. For centuries, it has been regarded as a retreat for monks and devout Buddhists. Wannian Temple, Golden Summit, and Baoguo Temple are three representative temples where not only religious activities take place, but also ancient architectural and calligraphic arts are preserved. The local people living around the mountain are mostly Han Chinese. They live in harmony with nature, engaging in farming, tea cultivation, and serving pilgrims visiting the mountain. During major festivals like Buddha's birthday or the Ghost Festival, 15th day of the 7th lunar month, locals gather to prepare lanterns, chant sutras, and offer rituals to uphold the values of compassion and filial piety. Visiting Mount Emei, you will feel the harmony between majestic nature and the sacred atmosphere of this ancient Buddhist land. The journey to the Golden Summit will leave a lasting impression. If you're lucky, you may witness the Buddha's halo, with a mystical ring of light encircling your shadow amidst the mist and sunlight. Mount Emei's beauty lies not only in its landscapes but also in its ability to quiet the mind, slow down life's pace, and evoke a deep sense of peace. Mount Fanjing, Guizhou, China. Mount Fanjing is located in the counties of Yinjiang, Songtao, and Jiangkou in Guizhou Province, China. This place is a masterpiece of nature, harmoniously combining mountains, meadows, and crystal-clear streams. Its landscape is marked by steep cliffs, deep valleys, and waterfalls. These geological formations were created 1 to 1.4 billion years ago and remain intact to this day. The most striking feature is the naturally split peak called Hongyun Golden Summit, home to two ancient Buddhist temples, one dedicated to Shakyamuni Buddha and the other to Maitreya Buddha. These temples have stood for over 500 years since the Ming Dynasty and are connected by an arched bridge spanning the Golden Sword Gorge. Mount Fanjing is a sanctuary for more than 2,000 plant species and hundreds of rare animal species. Notably, It is home to the Guizhou snub-nosed monkey, a critically endangered primate species. Fanjing is a sacred mountain in Chinese Buddhism, associated with Maitreya Buddha. Legend has it that a monk meditated here for decades, achieving enlightenment when the fog lifted to reveal divine visions. Temples built during the Tang dynasty, 7th to 9th centuries, have become pilgrimage sites, attracting devotees who climb thousands of steps to seek blessings. Local folklore regards the mountain as a heavenly gate where immortals reside among the clouds. Conquering Mount Fanjing is not only a physical challenge, but also a spiritual journey of awakening. The hike takes about 4 hours, leading visitors through layers of drifting clouds. Beneath the mist, lush forests unfold like deep jade canvases, quiet and pristine. Visitors may also choose to ride the cable car, which glides slowly above tiers of forest and stone. At the end of the journey, they will arrive at the 2 ancient temples perched between towering cliffs: the Temple of Shakyamuni Buddha and the Temple of Maitreya Buddha. Tianshan Mountains, Xinjiang. The Tian Shan Mountains stretch across several Central Asian countries, but they shine most brilliantly in Xinjiang, China. As one of Asia's grandest ranges, Tian Shan embodies the majesty and diversity of nature. Here, snowfields, pine forests, and open grasslands blend into one spectacular landscape. Khan Tengri Peak, soaring over 7,000 meters, pierces the blue sky, snow-capped all year. Below its slopes, vast forests of Pichia shrenkiana spruce spread like a green sea. Hidden among deep valleys lie crystal-clear lakes like Heavenly Lake, Tianchi, a perfect mirror reflecting mountain peaks and drifting clouds. One of Tian Shan's most striking features is its dramatic landscape transition. From arid desert plains at its base, you can step into lush forests, then climb to eternal ice and snow at the top. This range is not just a natural wonder. It's a poetic boundary between harshness and gentleness, earth and sky. Shan is also a silent witness to the old Silk Road. These mountains once welcomed ancient caravans, where Eastern and Western cultures met through trade, beliefs, and art. At lofty heights, Heavenly Lake is like a bright blue mirror of the sky. Legend says it's connected with Shi Wangmu, the Queen Mother of the West, who rules this mystical realm. From Urumqi, visitors can easily reach Tian Shan, with Heavenly Lake often the first stop. A boat ride around the lake, trekking along mossy shores, or just sitting still watching drifting clouds is enough to feel the heartbeat of these mountains. Farther out, Bogda Peak and its winding trails open a realm of challenge and freedom. In nearby nomadic villages, you can ride horses across grasslands, taste traditional dishes, and feel the spirit of nomadic life. In summer and autumn, colors in Tian Shan Gorge transform like layers of time's sediment. Rocks turn golden, burn red, then shimmer green under sunlight. Every rock face is like a living page of history, preserving stories of change and the enduring power of wild nature. Nyingchi, Tibet. Nyingchi in southeastern Tibet is often called the Switzerland of Tibet. Here, rare lush greenery spreads like a pristine green carpet, stretching along steep mountain slopes and merging with highland rivers and white snow. The forests are rich with Himalayan pine and Yunnan pine. Amidst these ancient woods, deep river valleys like the Yarlung Tsangpo appear dramatically, with rapid waters winding around the mountain's base. In the distance, Namcha Barwa Peak rises high, wrapped in a veil of snow and mist. It remains one of the world's most mysterious mountains, still unconquered to this day. Nyingchi is a rare symphony of ancient pine forests, fierce rivers, and tranquil snowy peaks. Its beauty is never ostentatious, but enduring and profound, like a long poem written by Tibet's sky and earth. On the southeastern edge of the Tibetan Plateau, Nyingchi is home to the Monpa and Loba peoples, ethnic groups that still preserve their indigenous ways. In wooden villages with stone roofs and ancient Buddhist monasteries, you can feel a quiet rhythm of life, where spiritual faith touches every daily ritual. Towering above all is Namcha Barwa, sacred and almost untouchable. Legends say this is a connection point between the mortal world and the realm of the deities, who guard the peace of this holy land. Nyingchi is an enchanting stop on any journey to discover Tibet. With its own airport, it's easy to reach from Lhasa or other major cities. From the town center, you can rent a car, weave through ancient pine forests, and pause by the Yarlung Tsangpo River. A must-see is Basongtso Lake, a tranquil emerald mirror embracing a tiny temple on an island. The scenery feels sacred and untouched, as if time itself has stopped flowing. From afar, Namcha Barwa Peak quietly emerges, majestic in its snowy clouds. The true beauty of Nyingchi lies not in its flamboyance, but in its stillness and depth, a Tibet that remains pure and timeless. Litang, Sichuan. Litang, perched on the Tibetan Plateau at about 4,000 meters, belongs to the Garzei Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture, Sichuan Province. This is a land deeply marked by calm culture and the wild natural beauty of ancient Tibet. Litang's landscape is a vast symphony between sky, earth, and endless grasslands. Green meadows stretch as far as the eye can see, crossed by winding rivers and dotted with crystal-clear lakes that mirror the sky. Surrounding Litang are eternal snow-capped mountain ranges, majestic and silent. Ancient pine forests peek through the hillsides, softening the plateau's harshness. Litang's sky is often a deep, endless blue, with white clouds drifting lazily above mountain peaks. In summer, wildflowers bloom across the grasslands, creating a vibrant carpet of living colors. Litang is also a sacred center of Tibetan Buddhism, known as the birthplace of many revered lamas, including the 7th and 10th Dalai Lamas. At its heart stands the ancient Litang Choda Monastery, solemn and timeless. Inside, sacred Buddha statues and traditional rituals have been preserved for generations. Nearby, Mount Yala, the sacred peak between heaven and earth, is believed to be the dwelling of deities, a place where lamas once attained enlightenment. Each step of a pilgrimage around Yala is a journey back to the pure essence of the Tibetan soul. Litang is an unmissable destination for anyone longing to touch the core of Tibetan culture. But remembered, the air is thin. Take time to acclimatize before starting your journey. Visit Litang Choda Monastery to feel the serene rhythm of monks meditating as chants echo across the hills. In August, Litang comes alive during the horse racing festival, when the grasslands pulse with galloping hooves, folk songs, and the colorful attire of the nomads. You can also hike or ride horseback across the boundless grasslands, visit nomadic villages, and experience a life deeply intertwined with nature. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, Yunnan. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain in Yulong County, Lijiang City, is one of the most majestic symbols of Yunnan province. This stunning range holds 13 snow-covered peaks year-round, resembling a jade dragon gliding through 9 layers of clouds. At its highest stands Shanzidou Peak, at 5,596 meters, where glaciers and limestone form a landscape that feels both powerful and mystical. In Baishui Glacier Park, massive blue ice blocks stretch across deep crevasses. Melted glacier water flows down, forming the milky white Baishui River, like a silk ribbon weaving through the mountain's base. At lower altitudes, the Blue Moon Valley unfolds like a fairyland. Terraced, jade-green lakes shimmer under sunlight, linked by small waterfalls and crystal streams. Farther out lies the lush spruce meadow, home to the Naxi people. For them, Jade Dragon Snow Mountain is more than a towering peak. It's a sacred guardian, the dwelling place of deities watching over heaven and earth. Legend tells of a Naxi boy and a Lisu girl who chose to die on the mountain, so they could be together forever. Their story blends into the mountain's majestic yet melancholic beauty, cloaked in white snow all year round. This is also the living cultural heart of the Naxi people, with the unique Dongba belief system preserved through ancient rituals and rare pictographic manuscripts. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain is less than an hour from Lijiang Old Town. 3 cable car routes, Glacier Park, Spruce Meadow, and Yak Meadow, take visitors to breathtaking high points. Don't miss the open-air show, Impression Lijiang, directed by Zhang Yimou, an unforgettable cultural performance set against the backdrop of sky and snow-capped peaks. Jade Dragon is where raw natural grandeur meets the timeless spirit of the Naxi people, a journey of myths, glaciers, and ancient beliefs that still breathe today. The ancient town of Lijiang, Yunnan, China. The ancient town of Lijiang is located in the northwest of Yunnan province, nestled at the foot of the majestic Jade Dragon Snow Mountain and near the border with Tibet. Situated at an altitude of around 2,400 meters, the town is embraced by cool weather and fresh air throughout the year. Lijiang preserves many ancient architectural structures that reflect the region's rich history and culture. The Mu residence was the mansion of the Mu clan, one of the most powerful families in Lijiang's history. This structure showcases a unique architectural style, adorned with exquisite decorative details that blend traditional Chinese design with local ethnic elements. Wanggu Pavilion is a 33-meter-tall ancient tower built in the 18th century. The pyramid-shaped structure, made of wood and stone, is an important symbol of the old town. It is the highest point in Lijiang, offering panoramic views of the city and its surroundings. Lijiang is a melting pot of diverse cultures, where the passage of time is preserved in every tiled roof, wooden frame, and daily rhythm of life. Located at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, this town was once a bustling trading hub and home to various ethnic groups, especially the Naxi people. This community developed a harmonious agricultural commercial lifestyle, farming and cultivating crops in season, while also running small shops along the stone-paved streets by the canals. The Naxi people are renowned for their unique indigenous culture, vividly expressed through their brocade clothing, circle dances, and folk music played on traditional instruments like the three-stringed lute and bamboo flutes. When visiting the ancient town of Lijiang, you can stroll along cobbled streets and admire traditional wooden houses with curved roofs. Close your eyes and listen to the gentle sound of flowing streams, mixed with melodies of ancient tunes drifting from a roadside tea shop. You might step inside, sip a cup of chrysanthemum tea, and watch the golden rays of the afternoon sun filter through wooden lattice windows, casting shadows on the stone floor. As night falls, red lanterns are lit along the alleys, transforming the entire old town into a shimmering, magical painting. And don't forget to immerse yourself in the unique culture of the Naxi people. From traditional circle dances to delicate hand embroidery and captivating performances of ethnic instruments. Mount Siguniang, Sichuan, China. Mount Siguniang is located in Shaojin County, Aba Tibetan and Qiang Autonomous Prefecture, Sichuan Province, and is known as the Eastern Alps. It consists of four main peaks: Dafeng, 6,250 meters, Erfeng, Sanfeng, and Xifeng, surrounded by green grasslands, deep valleys, and clear streams. With varied altitudes and terrain, the climate at Mount Siguniang changes with elevation. Each season brings its own unique beauty. In spring and summer, the meadows are filled with blooming flowers in vibrant colors. Autumn arrives with warm golden tones of sunlight and foliage. In winter, snow on the grasslands and the blue sky over the plateau create a magnificent landscape. In addition to the gray snub-nosed monkey, Mount Siguniang is also home to other rare animals such as the Chinese black bear, Sika deer, and red panda. These species are highly protected and play an important role in the mountain ecosystem. During the heyday of ancient trade routes, the mountainous region served as a remote outpost where monasteries like Nyingchi quietly preserved the core teachings of the Nyingma school. On snowy slopes stands the Muya Golden Temple, one of the 6 major monasteries of this tradition. At nearly 3,900 meters high, Chonggu Monastery, the temple on the lake, radiates a tranquil aura, making each step feel like a walk on the threshold between earth and sky. Mount Siguniang offers 3 main trekking routes, each with its own charm. The Shuangqiu Valley route is highlighted by an electric car journey through ancient red pine forests, taking visitors close to the crystal-clear Zhangjiajie Lake and majestic Mount Potala. Choosing the Changping Valley route leads to a highland hiking journey showcasing contrasts between snowy peaks, silver streams, and endless virgin forests. The Haisi Valley route is ideal for those who prefer a leisurely pace, enjoying lake views reflecting the blue sky and distant mountain ranges. Visitors can also explore Tibetan villages, learn about local life and customs, and try traditional dishes such as yak meat, cornflower buns, and buttermilk tea. Shangri-La Valley, Yunnan, China. Located at an altitude of about 3,300 meters in Yunnan Province, China, Shangri-La Valley is surrounded by lush green hills and crystal-clear lakes. This land is distinguished by vast grasslands, velvety hills, and serene lakes reflecting the sky and clouds. Its temperate climate with 4 distinct seasons gives Shangri-La a changing appearance throughout the year. In spring and summer, the valley bursts into vibrant colors, with flowers covering the meadows. In autumn and winter, it dons a mystical look as snow blankets the mountain slopes. Especially from mid-October to mid-November, Shangri-La enters its most beautiful phase of the year. During this time, the vegetation turns bright yellow, red, and orange, blending with the green pine forests to create a lively autumn painting. The valley is also home to many rare species, such as golden monkeys, and the sacred two-lipped fish. The Tibetan people are the main inhabitants of Shangri-La Valley. They live in traditional flat-roofed stone houses, raise yaks, grow barley, and preserve Vajrayana Buddhist rituals. Shangri-La Valley hosts many unique structures and architectural works, such as the 1,300-year-old Dukzong Ancient Town, Pudakwo is China's first national park, covering nearly 1,300 square kilometers with magnificent landscapes featuring lakes, forests, streams, canals, and grasslands. Songzanlin Monastery is a popular tourist destination in Shangri-La, covering 30 hectares and perched on a secluded hillside. The two main temples, Zhashang and Jikang, are built at the highest and most central location. The monastery also houses 8 gilded statues of Shakyamuni Buddha from the time of the 5th and 7th Dalai Lamas, along with colorful Thangka paintings. Tiger Leaping Gorge is a scenic spot located along the Jinsha River, a major tributary of the Yangtze. It is one of the deepest and most breathtaking gorges in the world, at an altitude of 3,790 meters. Shangri-La Valley is a place where nature, culture, and spirituality coexist in every breath. In the early morning, you can visit Napahai Lake to witness the sunlight piercing through the light mist, reflecting on the calm surface. You may stroll across vast grasslands, feel the breeze gently brushing through your hair, and enjoy the cool, pure air. On a chilly afternoon, sitting by the fireplace in a traditional Tibetan wooden house, you can sip on a cup of butter tea and listen to ancient legends. Zhangye Danxia Geopark, Gansu, China. Located at the northern foothills of the Kilian Mountains, Zhangye Danxia Geopark is a rare natural masterpiece of China. This place is famous for its vividly colored mountain ranges, like rainbow silk ribbons stretched across the desert, the result of millions of years of geological formation and weathering. Layers of red sandstone combined with sediments and minerals compressed and eroded over time have formed the undulating surfaces of the mountains. The hues shift continuously from red, yellow, orange to blue, making the scenery here surreal. Moreover, deep canyons with arid valleys and strange rock walls highlight the wild and majestic nature of this land. Zhangye Danxia is likened to an open-air geological museum where visitors can witness layers of time exposed on the mountain surfaces. At sunrise or sunset, sunlight paints mystical patterns of light and shadow across the slopes, creating a picturesque scene like an oil painting. Beyond its unique landforms, the park also boasts a diverse ecosystem with over 300 native plant species and more than 150 species of wild animals. The land is home to mountain goats, wild rabbits, antlered deer, and lizards. In the skies, birds of prey such as vultures, hawks, and eagles quietly soar across the vast space. In the past, Zhangye Danxia was an important transit point on the ancient Silk Road. It was where Eastern and Western civilizations once met and intertwined, leaving profound imprints on the local way of life. The local population is mainly Han, Hui, and Tibetan people, living scattered around the Danxia Mountains. They still preserve traditional customs such as burning incense to pray at the beginning of the month, hand-weaving fabric, and cooking special dishes with the flavors of the steppe and desert. Visiting Zhangye Danxia Geopark, you will witness one of the most unique natural wonders of China. You can stroll along wooden trails or view the endless colorful sedimentary rock mountains from high observation points. Additionally, the trip offers a chance to explore the cultural life of local residents. You may stop by community markets of the Hui, Han, and Tibetan people to see how they work, trade, and preserve traditional values through generations. Don't forget to try local dishes such as Lanzhu hand-pulled noodles, Gansu spicy chicken, or dried goat head and roasted lamb. Each dish tells a story. Each flavor reveals a slice of local culture. Fenghuang Ancient Town, Hunan, China. Fenghuang Ancient Town lies peacefully beside the Tuojiang River in Fenghuang County, western Hunan Province. This is one of the most beautiful ancient towns in China, notable for its traditional architecture harmonizing with poetic natural scenery. Lining the riverbanks are rows of wooden stilt houses leaning against the mountains, known as Diaojiaolu. Each house is supported by large wooden pillars, creating a rustic yet impressive charm. In the early morning, thin mist blankets the surface of the Tuojiang River. The water becomes a mirror, reflecting moss-covered tile roofs of ancient houses and the silhouettes of people leisurely walking through the stone-paved alleys. The Jumping Stone Bridge, Shiqiao Bridge, is one of the fascinating stops. The bridge comprises 11 round stones arranged like stepping stairs, connecting the two banks of the Tuojiang River. Another highlight is the North Gate Tower, which used to be a city gate from the Ming Dynasty. The structure features a semicircular arch reinforced with two thick iron doors. standing silently in the ancient town like a historical witness. From the top of the tower, the entire Fenghuang ancient town unfolds like a vivid landscape painting, where past and present coexist. Fenghuang is the homeland of the Miao and Tujia ethnic groups. Their vibrant hand-embroidered costumes, traditional dances under lantern lights, and the resonant sounds of the lusheng, a reed instrument, are still preserved by the locals. In the traditional wooden houses along the riverbanks, elders sit spinning thread on the porches, sharing stories of the town's history and culture with their grandchildren. Every early morning, kitchen smoke curls between the yin-yang tile roofs, carrying the sweet scent of sticky rice cakes and jasmine tea. Visiting Fenghuang ancient town feels like stepping into a fairy tale world by the romantic Tuojiang River. As you stroll beneath the gently swaying red lanterns, you'll sense a nostalgic and tranquil atmosphere in every breath. Along the way, you can explore traditional handicraft shops offering meticulously crafted items made of wood, brocade, or ceramics. Small tea houses tucked beside porches are perfect places to sit. Sip a warm cup of jasmine tea and quietly watch people passing by. An unmissable experience is a boat ride on the Tuojiang River. Sitting in a small boat drifting slowly between the ancient riverbanks, you can clearly see every old roof and wooden window reflected in the water. Time seems to slow down with each gentle paddle stroke stirring the river. Jiuzhaigou Valley, Sichuan, China. Located in northern Sichuan province, Jiuzhaigou is a world-renowned nature reserve. Spanning around 72,000 hectares at an average altitude of 2,500 meters, it is a living canvas of lakes, forests, waterfalls, and snow-capped mountains. Jiuzhaigou boasts over 108 natural lakes, each with its own distinct color, ranging from emerald green and deep blue to crystal clear turquoise. The color variations are due to a blend of minerals, algae, and varying depths, so translucent that you can see the lake beds. Multi-tiered waterfalls like Wolong and Shujing roar and flow endlessly, adding grandeur and serenity to the landscape. Delving into the forest, visitors will find wooden boardwalks weaving through mountain slopes blanketed in native foliage. Unlike seasonal tourist sites, Jiuzhaigou maintains its beauty year-round, unaffected by changing weather. It is one of China's most biodiverse natural reserves. With over 2,500 plant species, the ecosystem ranges from oak and pine forests to bamboo, forming layers of greenery along the slopes. It is also home to more than 140 wild animal species, including the giant panda. Golden monkeys, colorful pheasants, and numerous forest birds also make up a rare mountain forest water ecosystem. About 1,000 residents live scattered across small villages in the valley, mostly Tibetans and Chiang. They farm, herd, preserve traditional customs, and participate in ecotourism. When visiting Jiuzhaigou, tourists can stroll along winding trails around the lakes. Each turn unveils a different landscape painting. Five-Color Lake reveals its depths. Norilang Waterfall stands white against green woods, or forests of maple trees blaze in autumn hues. Beyond the scenery, the cultural experience is deeply memorable. Visitors can explore Tibetan villages, discover traditional lifestyles, and listen to the sounds of Tibetan horns and prayers echoing from small monasteries. They can savor local dishes like sampa, barley flour, yak jerky, or rich butter tea, all infused with mountain village flavors and ancient customs. Li River, Guangxi. Regarded as one of the most beautiful rivers in China, the Li River winds gracefully through Guilin City in the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, stretching for about 83 kilometers. Its crystal-clear waters reflect, like flawless glass, the silhouettes of famous landmarks such as Elephant Trunk Hill, Full Moon Hill, and Nine Horse Mountain. The harmonious blend of serene waterways and towering karst peaks creates a living ink and wash painting, as though one has stepped into a dreamscape. Along the river banks lie tranquil villages, with endless rice fields and lush bamboo groves casting their shade over the land. The Li River also preserves the rich cultural life of the Han and Zhuang people, a community of around 200,000 living along its shores. Their lives are deeply rooted in agriculture, cultivating rice, harvesting cassia, raising fish, and weaving a peaceful way of life within this natural heritage. One of the river's highlights is Yangshuo Ancient Market, a marketplace over 1,000 years old, perched right at the water's edge. Wooden houses with curved tile roofs and stone-paved lanes weaving between traditional stalls evoke memories of an ancient riverside town. Around the market's docks, traditional bamboo rafts adorned with folk paintings and colorful silk flags add charm and liveliness to the scene. Boatmen often share local legends about the river, in warm, unpolished voices that make the tales come alive. The people of the Li River live calmly and in harmony with nature, preserving customs through the ebb and flow of the seasons. The most treasured experience here is to board a bamboo raft and drift slowly down the jade green waters. You'll be greeted by awe-inspiring sights. Sheer limestone peaks mirrored perfectly in the still surface, or endless ranges of mountains, their summits wrapped in white clouds like flowing ribbons of silk. When your boat reaches the pier, take time to wander through Yangshuo Market, alive with colors, sounds, and flavors. Visit the handicraft stalls to admire unique items such as ceramics, brocade, and paper paintings, and enjoy cheerful street performances. Don't miss savoring the aromatic, tender Li River grilled fish or a steaming bowl of mildly spicy Gillan noodles, rich with local flavor. Hulunbuir Grassland, Inner Mongolia, Autonomous Region, China. Located in the northeast of the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, China, Hulunbuir is one of the most breathtaking natural grasslands in the world. It is also among the 4 largest grasslands on Earth, spanning over 100,000 square kilometers. Hulunbuir is often described as a kingdom of grasslands, with endless emerald meadows stretching all the way to the horizon. When a gentle breeze sweeps across, the entire plain ripples gracefully, like millions of dancers moving in unison. Scattered among the grass are crystal-clear streams and serene lakes. Herds of livestock graze leisurely, creating a vibrant, pastoral scene full of life. In autumn, the meadows turn a brilliant golden hue, radiating romance and allure. In winter and spring, snow blankets the land, bestowing upon it a silent, mysterious beauty. The Hulunbuir grassland is home to rare wildlife, such as Mongolian wild asses, moose, brown bears, and steppe wolves. It also serves as a vital stopover for dozens of migratory bird species each year, contributing to its rich and diverse ecosystem. For biologists and nature lovers, Hulunbuir is nothing short of a paradise. This land is deeply steeped in the nomadic culture of the Mongol, Evenk, and Dor peoples, whose traditions have endured for thousands of years. Locals live in traditional yurts, moving seasonally in search of fresh pastures for their herds. The nomadic spirit is vividly reflected in daily life and in community festivals. Annual horse riding, wrestling, and archery competitions celebrate strength, courage, and the unity of the steppe people. On summer evenings, the haunting notes of the Morin Kur, horsehead fiddle, and the soulful melodies of Mongolian folk songs echo across the boundless plains. The people of Hulunbuir are open-hearted, sincere, and hospitable. They cherish the bond between humans and nature, living in harmony with the sky, the grass, and all living creatures. The most treasured experience for first-time visitors is riding horseback or strolling leisurely through the endless sea of green. You might pause to admire the pristine white yurts dotting the grassland like pearls scattered on a green ocean. When night falls, rest inside a warm yurt and savor a hearty dinner of roast lamb, milk cakes, and fermented milk tea prepared by your hosts. During festival season, don't hesitate to join in the local horse riding, archery, and wrestling celebrations. Thousand Island Lake, Zhejiang. Thousand Island Lake, also known as Jiuzhaigou Reservoir, is located in Chunyan County, Zhejiang Province, eastern China. This enchanting lake is famed for its 1,078 islands of varying sizes, each rising gracefully from crystal-clear waters. Every island has its own unique shape and name, such as Lock Island, shaped like an ancient key, or Snake Island, home to numerous native snake species. Many of the islands are blanketed by pristine forests, with small winding trails curling around their bases. Some have been developed into tourist spots, featuring wooden bridges, pavilions, and gardens bursting with blooms all year round. At sunset, the fiery glow of the sun reflects on the still waters, transforming the landscape into a serene and captivating painting. Thousand Island Lake is regarded as the cleanest lake in China, with water so pure it meets drinking standards. The surrounding ecosystem flourishes with over 1,800 plant species, including pines, bamboo, and fruit trees such as oranges and tangerines. The lake is also home to more than 60 species of fish, including unique varieties of carp and grass carp. Migratory birds like cranes, herons, and seagulls stop here, creating a harmonious scene where forest, water, and wildlife coexist. Around 100,000 people, mostly Han Chinese, live in lakeside villages or on the islands themselves. One of the lake's most intriguing cultural treasures is the ancient city of Lijiang, a stone-built town dating back to the Eastern Han Dynasty in the 2nd century. In 1959, the construction of the Xinanjiang hydroelectric dam led to the creation of the lake, submerging the ancient city beneath deep waters. Visiting Thousand Island Lake, you can truly feel the perfect harmony between nature and humanity. Glide across the water in a wooden boat or take a cruise ship weaving through hundreds of islands to admire the tranquil scenery and vibrant ecosystems. A must-try experience is diving to explore the submerged ruins of Shicheng. Nicknamed the Atlantis of the East, it unveils an otherworldly underwater archaeological wonder for those with a taste for adventure and a passion for history. Mount Kailash, Tibet. Mount Kailash, the sacred peak in the Ganges Range, emerges as a legendary symbol of nature. The mountain, standing 6,638 meters tall, rises like a giant pyramid, with 4 nearly symmetrical faces, eternally covered in icy snow. Under the plateau sunlight, the white snow gleams like a holy aura, contrasting with the dark gray, somber rocks. Steep slopes, scattered with boulders, form barriers between the mortal world and the sacred realm. Surrounding Kailash is the wilderness of Tibet. This is a plateau where winds howl day and night, and the arid land is painted with winding trails. Amidst this scenery, 2 sacred lakes appear like 2 opposing mirrors. Manasarovar, a clear freshwater lake, calm like the eyes of the gods. And Rakshastal, a deep blue saltwater lake, always rippling, like a rebellious spirit. Mount Kailash is the most sacred mountain in Buddhism, Hinduism, Bon, and Jainism. It is believed to be the dwelling place of Lord Shiva and an energy center of the world. There are legends that this mountain holds secrets of life and death. No one can reach its summit without being affected by its mystical energy. Accessing Mount Kailash is very challenging. Travelers usually fly to Lhasa, Tibet, or Kathmandu, Nepal, then continue by road through perilous mountain passes. Pilgrimage around Mount Kailash is a profound spiritual experience, attracting thousands each year. However, this journey requires good health and careful preparation. Every year, thousands of pilgrims from all over quietly gather, enduring wind, sand, and freezing cold, to perform the Kora ritual. In this ritual, people walk clockwise around the mountain. They believe that just one full circuit can wash away the sins of a lifetime. Kora is a deep spiritual journey where you can feel human devotion and unwavering willpower. Huanglong Valley, Sichuan, China. Among China's most magnificent natural wonders, Huanglong Valley lies in Songpan County, in the northern part of Sichuan province. The name Huanglong, meaning Golden Dragon, comes from the spectacular shape of its meandering natural pools that wind through the valley like a dragon's body, resting in the embrace of the vast wilderness. These pools are layered one above the other in a formation reminiscent of terraced rice fields. Their crystal-clear waters shimmer with shifting hues: emerald green, deep sapphire, and radiant gold. From afar, the cascade of pools appears like a string of crystal terraces stretching along the valley, set in striking contrast against lush green forests and the snow-capped peaks of the Minshan Mountains. Huanglong Valley also captivates with its astonishing biodiversity. Its ecosystem blends temperate forests, coniferous woods, and alpine vegetation, nurturing more than 1,500 plant species, including rhododendrons, Chinese yews, firs, and mountain maples. The valley is also home to rare and endemic wildlife such as the giant panda, the Sichuan golden snub-nosed monkey, and the musk deer. The limestone pools and streams provide a perfect habitat for unique aquatic species. Huanglong is equally rich in cultural heritage, inhabited by ethnic groups such as the Tibetans, Qiang and Hai. Their lives are deeply tied to agriculture, animal husbandry, and traditional spiritual practices. Along the road to the valley, you'll see wooden houses roofed with stone, prayer flags fluttering in the wind, and towering mani stone piles, familiar sights that speak of devotion and resilience. During festivals, Tibetans often gather at monasteries to chant sutras and pray for bountiful harvests, good health, and peace. When you set foot in Huanglong Valley, you'll trek along winding trails through dense forests until you arrive at a dreamlike world of 5 colored pools, layered like nature's own rice terraces. You'll be spellbound, overwhelmed by the magical reds, golds, and oranges reflected in the water. Don't miss the ancient Huanglong Temple, tucked quietly within the valley, a place where Tibetans come on pilgrimage to pray. Afterward, you may visit Tibetan communities to watch traditional folk dances performed in vibrant costumes, or witness sacred rituals that express profound reverence and gratitude toward nature. Mount Huangshan, Anhui, China. Located in southern Anhui province, Mount Huangshan is one of the most iconic scenic spots in eastern China. It enchants visitors with its steep cliffs, where ancient pine trees grow in bizarre shapes, reaching into the clouds. Among the pine forests are strange-shaped rocks, called peculiar stones. They are scattered across the slopes, appearing and disappearing in the mist and tree roots like creatures from legends. On days of thick fog, the entire mountain range is immersed in a sea of floating clouds, with peaks rising like rocky islands in a white ocean. Besides its unique landscape, Huangshan is also famous for its natural hot springs. The spring water is crystal clear, warm year-round, and helps relax the mind and improve health. In terms of ecosystem, Huangshan boasts over 1,500 plant species and more than 200 animal species. Pine forests cover the mountain slopes, interspersed with maple, willow, rhododendron, and many endemic wildflowers. In the forest, you may encounter wild monkeys, deer, and rare birds singing through the tranquil air. Mount Huangshan is home to many local communities, mainly Han people. Over centuries, they have left lasting marks through ancient architectural works scattered across the mountains and valleys. At the mountain's foot lies the ancient village of Hongkun, considered one of the best preserved traditional villages in China. Higher up the slopes, Bayan Temple emerges amid wisps of smoke and mist. It is where locals go to pray for peace, chant scriptures, and find spiritual calm in nature. At the highest peak, Tiandu Temple stands as a majestic highlight. This Taoist temple, built of stone and wood, embodies the harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. Visiting Mount Huangshan means entering a world of mist and magnificent stone peaks. Along winding trails hugging the mountain's sides, the scenery changes constantly with elevation and light. Sometimes you'll find yourself surrounded by layers of white clouds drifting at eye level. Below lies a misty valley, and in the distance, undulating peaks resemble silver waves. Other times, you may hear the sound of waterfalls echoing off cliffs, creating a gentle symphony amid the grand landscape. The modern cable car system at Mount Huangshan promises an unforgettable experience. As the cabin glides through the air, you can take in the vast view of overlapping mountain ranges. Peaks like Bright Summit, Lotus Peak, and Peace Platform will make you feel as if you're wandering through a living dream. Yuanyang Rice Terraces, Yunnan, China. Located in Yuanyang County, Yunnan Province, the Yuanyang Rice Terraces are an age-old farming masterpiece created by the Hani ethnic minority, a community that mainly inhabits the high mountain slopes. Over more than 1,300 years, with only their bare hands, they have carved out a natural wonder comprising 3,000 rice terraces, spanning an area of over 16,000 hectares. The terraces cling to the mountain slopes, layered one above another, according to the elevation. They curve with the terrain like soft ribbons between the clouds, subtly reflecting the human touch. During the water-filled season from November to April, the fields mirror the sky and the figures of farmers work in, creating a magical and surreal landscape. In 2013, the Yuanyang rice terraces were recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. With a history of more than 1,300 years, this place is renowned not only for the majestic beauty of its tiered fields, but also for its agricultural culture, closely intertwined with nature. The Hani people live simply in their iconic mud-roofed houses scattered among the forests and mountains. They cultivate the terraces using methods passed down through generations, channeling mountain spring water through small stone ditches. They also maintain many traditional customs, such as forest worship rituals, new rice celebrations, and folk dances performed during festivals. Hani women stand out with their hand-embroidered garments, intricate patterns, bright colors, and dignified, high-bun hairstyles. When visiting the Yuanyang rice terraces, you'll witness one of the most spectacular sights in the southern mountains of China. It is during dawn, when the first light of day tinges the sky pink and casts shimmering hues onto the winding terraces hugging the slopes. In Zhangjiajie Ancient Village, you can experience daily life among the Hani people in the heart of nature. You may take part in weaving brocade, cooking local dishes, or sitting by the hearth, listening to traditional instruments echoing through the twilight. The Yuanyang rice terraces are a living testament to the profound bond between humanity and nature over thousands of years. Hainan Island. Hainan is the largest island of China, located in the South China Sea, north of the Leizhou Peninsula of Guangdong Province, separated by the Chongzhou Strait. Hainan Island covers an area of about 32,900 square kilometers. The climate in Hainan bears strong tropical monsoon characteristics, hot and humid summers with sudden showers, and warm, pleasant winters. The island's terrain is mainly mountainous, with three prominent peaks: Wuji Mountain, Yingge Ridge, and Yajia Great Ridge. Hainan's ecosystem is highly diverse. On the island, you may encounter macaques, langurs, civets, and hundreds of rare bird species. The forests nurture tropical fruit trees such as coconut, mango, banana, and pomelo, as well as industrial crops like rubber, oil palm, and birch. Home to the Limiao and Han peoples, Hainan Island is a place where indigenous culture meets influences from mainland China. Traditional festivals, such as the Li People's Three-Day Festival, the Rain Praying Festival, and the Floating Lantern Festival at sea are still held annually, reflecting deep reverence for nature and a strong sense of community. The people of Hainan mainly earn their living from farming, fishing, and ecotourism. They are known for their gentleness, simplicity, and hospitality. In small coastal villages, elderly people often sit weaving fishing nets under coconut trees. Children play along the sandy shore, and women skillfully prepare traditional dishes from local seafood and herbs. A journey to Hainan Island, the largest tropical island in China, will surely leave you with unforgettable experiences. You can watch the sunrise at Sanya Beach, stroll along the coastal road, and breathe in the salty air mingled with the scent of tropical flowers. Then, visit Yalong Bay, known as the Maldives of China, to immerse yourself in the warm, crystal-clear waters. You can also go snorkeling to admire coral reefs, ride a jet ski, or try paragliding to take in panoramic views of the bay from above. If you love nature, Yanoda Tropical Rainforest Park will open up a lush green world with cool waterfalls cascading down moss-covered cliffs. And finally, don't miss the chance to admire the 108-meter-tall Nanshan Guanyin statue, standing majestically amidst the open sea. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, Hunan, China. Renowned for its majestic and otherworldly natural landscapes, Zhangjiajie National Forest Park stands as one of China's most iconic travel destinations. What has brought this park worldwide fame are its more than 3,000 towering sandstone pillars, many of which rise over 1,000 meters high. These stone columns come in fantastical shapes, resembling human figures, animals, or objects, forming a surreal and awe-inspiring natural sculpture garden. It was these pillars that inspired director James Cameron in creating the floating mountains of the film Avatar. About 98% of the park's area is blanketed in lush green forests. These forests are home to more than 720 plant species across 102 families. Including precious trees such as the Chinese yew, maple, and ancient ferns. Its wildlife is equally rich, with over 149 animal species, 28 of which are under national protection, including rhesus macaques, giant salamanders, musk deer, and more than 200 species of birds. Zhangjiajie is also a land steeped in the cultural heritage of its indigenous peoples, such as the Tujia and Miao. For centuries they have lived among the mountains and forests, passing down customs, beliefs, and folk arts from generation to generation. The Tujia, for example, have a tradition of weaving textiles, basketry, and crafting intricate wooden objects. During festivals, they gather to perform fire dances, sing folk songs, and hold harvest rituals, expressions of deep reverence for nature and their ancestors. When you set foot in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, you step into a living fairy tale on Earth. The sheer sandstone pillars piercing the clouds will leave you breathless in wonder. At times, they glow brilliantly under the morning sun. At others, they fade into dreamlike silhouettes in the evening light. For thrill seekers, a walk across Bailong Skywalk, a record-breaking glass bridge, the longest and highest in the world, is a must. You can also conquer Tianzi Mountain by riding the Bailong Elevator, the tallest outdoor lift on the planet. In just a few minutes, you'll ascend nearly 330 meters to panoramic views of the soaring stone peaks and endless emerald forests. Chaka Salt Lake, Qinghai, China. Nestled in Yunnan County, Qinghai Province, Chaka Salt Lake is among the most breathtaking sights on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. Spanning about 105 square kilometers and resting at over 3,000 meters above sea level, the lake enjoys a cool, dry climate, year-round. In summer, daytime temperatures average just 19.6 degrees Celsius. Chaka Salt Lake is famed as the mirror of the sky for its surface's ability to perfectly reflect the blue heavens and drifting white clouds. The lake's waters transform magically with the seasons. In spring and summer, they shimmer in crystal-clear jade tones, mirroring vibrant skies. In autumn, golden and crimson leaves are reflected in its depths, casting a warm and romantic scene. In winter, a glistening crust of salt sparkles under the sun like a sheet of pure white crystal. Despite its mineral-rich surroundings, Chaka Lake hosts a noteworthy ecosystem. Its shores are visited by numerous water birds, especially migratory species that stop by seasonally. The local vegetation is sparse yet distinctive, comprising hardy grasses and shrubs that thrive in arid conditions, adding to the raw but vibrant charm of the landscape. Beyond its surreal beauty, Chaka Salt Lake carries the deep cultural imprint of the Tibetan and Hui peoples. For centuries, it has been a vital source of salt for local life and trade. Salt harvesting here is not only a livelihood, but a cultural identity. During seasonal festivals, locals offer prayers of gratitude to heaven and their ancestors for the lake's precious bounty. Visiting Chaka Salt Lake feels like stepping into a parallel world, where earth and sky merge as one. You can also take a vintage train ride along a railway built in 1958, which runs into the heart of the lake. As the tracks stretch across the water, mirroring the boundless sky. You may feel as though you are traveling through another reality. Another highlight is admiring the colossal salt sculptures crafted by local artisans. From statues of the Buddha to dragons and Tibetan cultural symbols, each masterpiece embodies the spirit of the land and the pride of its traditions. Nanhu Park, Jiangsu, China. Nanhu Park is located in the heart of Nanning City, the capital of the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region. With its characteristic subtropical monsoon climate, the park enjoys hot, humid summers. Mild winters, and rainfall evenly distributed throughout the year, allowing the vegetation to remain lush and green. The park's most prominent feature is a large lake at its center. Its still waters mirror the green trees and arched bridges gracefully spanning the surface. Patches of aquatic plants occasionally sway with the breeze, while schools of small fish glide under the clear water, creating a peaceful and relaxing atmosphere. Meandering walkways beneath leafy canopies, wide lawns, and seasonal flower gardens are all arranged in harmony. In spring and summer, blossoms brighten every path, attracting flocks of butterflies and birds. In autumn, the trees turn golden orange, carpeting the ground like velvet. Even in winter, the park retains its refreshing greenery thanks to ancient trees and subtropical plants. Despite being located in an urban area, Nanhu Park preserves a rich and balanced ecosystem. Around the lake, lush vegetation thrives with willows, hibiscus, and lotuses. Ancient trees such as pines and banyans, along with seasonal blooms like bellflowers and wild chrysanthemums, add vivid colors to the scenery. The lake itself hosts a thriving aquatic ecosystem with water plants, small mollusks, and freshwater fish such as carp and tilapia. Overhead, wild ducks and sparrows make their home in the skies. With its expansive natural spaces, Nanhu Park is a popular place for locals to relax, stroll, and enjoy outdoor art activities. It is therefore regarded as the cultural heart of Nanning, where people connect with nature while preserving the city's spiritual heritage. When visiting Nanhu Park, you can stroll along lakeside paths shaded by trees, where gentle breezes carry the fragrance of grass and flowers across the mirrored water. The arched bridges provide scenic viewpoints, perfect for pausing to admire the sparkling lake against the distant cityscape. Amid the modern city of Nanning, Nanhu Park is a place where visitors can both relax and feel the authentic rhythm of local culture from southern China. Lugu Lake, China. Situated at an altitude of 2,685 meters on the border of Sichuan and Yunnan provinces, Lugu Lake resembles a jade green gem cradled by mountains and forests. The lake's surface is calm and crystal clear, reflecting the blue sky and the rolling mountains surrounding it. Gentle breezes ripple across the water, while the calls of birds echo from the rocky cliffs, creating an atmosphere of extraordinary peace and tranquility. At Lugu Lake, each season reveals a distinct charm. In spring, peach and pear blossoms bloom across the slopes. Painting a romantic scene beside the emerald water. In summer, light morning mist drifts across the lake, while pink and white rhododendrons flourish against the clear blue sky. In autumn, golden sunlight washes over trees, turning colors, dyeing the landscape in enchanting shades of red, orange, and yellow. In winter, frost coats the trees by the lakeshore, reflecting a shimmering silver glow like a sacred ink painting of cold stillness. The area around the lake also harbors a diverse ecosystem, serving as a refuge for rare migratory birds and unique aquatic species. Beyond its natural beauty, Lugu Lake is also the homeland of the Mosuo people, an ethnic minority who preserve one of the world's few remaining matrilineal systems. In Mosuo society, women hold the central role in families. Inheritance passes through the mother's line. And love is expressed through a unique practice known as walking marriage.
All the village to come to their wedding. Then the other families think, oh.
See in many less developed countries, women doing the kind of work you see harvesting in the fields. But we started to get a sense for how
the Mosuo live in traditional wooden houses where generations gather under one roof. They farm along the lake shore, raise livestock, weave cloth, and maintain rituals of goddess worship, blending indigenous beliefs with elements of Tibetan Buddhism. During festive seasons, the entire village joins in dances, antiphonal singing, and seasonal rituals, showing deep reverence for nature and their ancestors.
Isolated society. About 40,000 people. For centuries, an ethnic minority group of about...
When you visit Lugu Lake, you step into a world both poetic and mystical. One of the first experiences is rowing a dugout canoe across the serene waters. As the small boat glides gently on the still surface, you feel peace seep into every breath. In the evening, take part in a bonfire party with locals. In the glow of dancing flames and traditional circle dances, you will truly feel like a part of the nature and people of this enchanting land. Tiger Leaping Gorge, China. Located in Yunnan Province, China, Tiger Leaping Gorge is where the Jinsha River winds between two towering mountain ranges, Jade Dragon Snow Mountain and Haba Mountain. With a depth of up to 3,790 meters and a length of about 15 kilometers, it is considered one of the deepest gorges in the world. On both sides rise steep cliffs, where the gray-white limestone and granite glisten under the sunlight. At the bottom of the gorge, the rushing waters of the Jinsha River crash against rocky rapids, creating a roaring sound like a tiger's growl, echoing from the heart of the mountains. Near the gorge's entrance lies a massive boulder in the middle of the river. Known by locals as Tiger Leaping Rock. Legend has it that a tiger once leaped onto this rock from the riverbank and then across to the other side to escape hunters. Since then, the rock has become a legendary symbol of this land. Trails, such as the famous High Road, run along the mountainside, opening up breathtaking views of the Jinsha River below and the snow-capped peaks in the distance. At certain cliffs, streams tumble down from above into small waterfalls. Thin mist, shimmering with rainbows under the morning sun, adds an ethereal and pristine touch to the landscape. Standing prominently in the distance is the 5,596-meter-high Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, eternally covered in snow like an ice deity watching over the gorge below. The combination of rugged terrain, fascinating legends, and magnificent scenery has made Tiger Leaping Gorge an unmissable destination for those who cherish the majestic beauty of nature. The surrounding area is home to many temperate and subtropical plant species. resilient bamboo thickets and native medicinal plants grow along the cliffs. Wildlife such as golden monkeys, wild goats, and several endemic bird species still roam quietly among the steep rock layers. Living along the gorge are Naxi communities, an ethnic minority with a long history of cultivating terraced fields. They are also renowned for the Dongba script. Ritual chants and mountain worship ceremonies, reflecting a worldview deeply tied to nature. When visiting Tiger Leaping Gorge, you will begin your trekking journey on the famous High Road, a trail clinging to the rugged cliffs. Along the way, you'll encounter small Naxi villages. Step into a modest home, talk with locals, and learn about their customs, crafts, and rituals tied to the mountains and forests. The blend of harsh nature and rich culture makes the journey through Tiger Leaping Gorge a complete experience, both physically and spiritually. Zhangye Danxia Geopark, Gansu, China. Located at the northern foothills of the Qilian Mountains, Zhangye Danxia Geopark is a rare natural masterpiece of China. This place is famous for its vividly colored mountain ranges, like rainbow silk ribbons stretched across the desert, the result of millions of years of geological formation and weathering. Layers of red sandstone combined with sediments and minerals compressed and eroded over time have formed the undulating surfaces of the mountains. The hues shift continuously from red, yellow, orange to blue, making the scenery here surreal. Moreover, deep canyons with arid valleys and strange rock walls highlight the wild and majestic nature of this land. Zhangye Danxia is likened to an open-air geological museum where visitors can witness layers of time exposed on the mountain surfaces. At sunrise or sunset, sunlight paints mystical patterns of light and shadow across the slopes, creating a picturesque scene like an oil painting. Beyond its unique landforms, The park also boasts a diverse ecosystem, with over 300 native plant species and more than 150 species of wild animals. The land is home to mountain goats, wild rabbits, antlered deer, and lizards. In the skies, birds of prey such as vultures, hawks, and eagles quietly soar across the vast space. In the past, Zhangye Danxia was an important transit point on the ancient Silk Road. It was where Eastern and Western civilizations once met and intertwined, leaving profound imprints on the local way of life. The local population is mainly Han, Hui, and Tibetan people, living scattered around the Danxia Mountains. They still preserve traditional customs such as burning incense to pray at the beginning of the month, hand-weaving fabric, and cooking special dishes with the flavors of the steppe and desert. Visiting Zhangye Danxia Geopark, you will witness one of the most unique natural wonders of China. You can stroll along wooden trails or view the endless colorful sedimentary rock mountains from high observation points. Additionally, the trip offers a chance to explore the cultural life of local residents. You may stop by community markets of the Hui, Han, and Tibetan people to see how they work, trade, and preserve traditional values through generations. Don't forget to try local dishes such as Lanzhu hand-pulled noodles, Gansu spicy chicken, or dried goat head and roasted lamb. Each dish tells a story. Each flavor reveals a slice of local culture. Hulingyuan Scenic Area, China. Hidden within Hunan Province, China, the Hulingyuan Scenic Area is a gigantic stone labyrinth, carved by time over millions of years. Unlike any other landscape in the world, Hulingyuan boasts over 3,000 sandstone pillars rising straight into the sky like nature's watchtowers. Some pillars reach more than 200 meters high, covered in forest trees. They create a towering stone forest that seems to exist only in legend. Local people believe these stone pillars are the dwelling places of gods, fairies, and ancient spirit beasts sent down to guard the boundary between heaven and earth. Other legends say the pillars are transformed dragons. After fulfilling their mission to protect the land, they turned into stone and remained forever among the mountains and forests. In real life, these stone pillars inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. Between the pillars are deep, plunging valleys and misty gorges, where fog drifts like the spirits of the mountains. Deep underground, limestone caves open into a world of light and shadow, with stalactites and stalagmites. Exploring Wuling Yuan is a journey through a surreal world. Visitors can begin with a cable car ride to the mountain top, where they can admire the vast stone pillar maze, half hidden in mist and sunlight. The Beilong Elevator, the world's highest outdoor elevator, takes you straight from the valley floor to dizzying heights in an instant. From there, you can walk on a glass bridge suspended between cliffs, feeling the fragile line between humankind and majestic nature. Leshan Giant Buddha, Scenic Area, Sichuan. The Leshan Giant Buddha stands proudly on the Lingyun Cliff, a monumental symbol of rock carving art and deep Buddhist devotion in Sichuan. From afar, it appears like a sacred mountain shaped into a human figure, watching over the rivers below. This colossal Maitreya Buddha, 71 meters high and 28 meters wide at the shoulders, is carved directly into the red sandstone cliff. With a compassionate gaze, it looks down at the swirling waters where the three rivers meet. Remarkably, an ancient hidden drainage system channels rainwater through over 1,000 spiral hair buns, and outlets at the ears, chest, and arms. This clever design shows the mastery of craftsmen who've preserved this statue for more than a millennium. Behind the Buddha lies Lingyun Mountain, cloaked in lush forest and dotted with ancient temples like Lingyun Temple and Wuyu Temple. This setting creates a serene, meditative world, timeless and still. The Buddha sits at the heart of a mountain mass that resembles a natural reclining Buddha. This mystical coincidence makes the entire site feel both sacred and unmissable for pilgrims and travelers alike. Construction began back in 713, during the Tang dynasty. It was monk Haitong who dreamed that this giant figure would calm the dangerous currents below. He believed the Buddha's compassionate gaze would soothe the rapids and protect all who passed through. From Chengdu, visitors can easily reach Shan by high-speed train. Then a short bus ride brings you to the scenic area. On foot, follow the famous Nine-Ben Plank Road, a winding path from the mountain's peak down to the statue's massive feet. Each turn reveals a new angle, from the tranquil eyes to the majestic hands carved deep into stone. It leaves visitors in awe of this nearly 1,300-year-old marvel. For a panoramic view, take a river cruise. From the boat, you see the full shape of the reclining Buddha, traced naturally against the mountain's curves. And don't miss Lingyun Temple and Wuyu Temple nearby. These ancient sanctuaries still preserve Buddha statues, sacred scriptures, and traditional architecture that have endured the passage of time. Jiuzhaigou, Sichuan, China. Jiuzhaigou, located in northern Sichuan province, is a renowned nature reserve recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site. Covering an area of about 72,000 hectares, the valley sits at an average altitude of around 2,500 meters above sea level. The name Jiuzhaigou comes from the 9 scattered Tibetan villages in the valley, contributing to the unique cultural identity of the region. The most distinctive feature of Jiuzhaigou is its system of over 100 lakes, each with its own unique hue. The crystal-clear water shifts from emerald green to sky blue, even deep cobalt, depending on the light and the vegetation at the bottom. Among the pine forests, multi-tiered waterfalls cascade down in white torrents, adding vibrant sounds to the tranquil atmosphere. On sunny days, the sunlight dancing on the lake's surface creates shimmering rays like splinters of glass. Jiuzhaigou enjoys a temperate climate with 4 distinct seasons. In spring, plants bud and bloom, painting a lively natural picture. In summer, the long daylight hours and shining sun highlight the vivid colors of the lakes and waterfalls. In autumn, leaves turn golden and red, contrasting beautifully with the blue waters to create a romantic scene. In winter, temperatures drop, freezing some lakes and turning waterfalls into glistening ice sculptures, adding to the valley's mystical allure. Jiuzhaigou is home to more than 2,500 plant species and over 140 species of wild animals, including rare creatures such as the giant panda and golden monkey. With its rich biodiversity and breathtaking seasonal beauty, Jiuzhaigou preserves some of the most pristine values of nature. Nestled between the mountains of Tibet and Sichuan, this valley is home to both Tibetan and Qiang ethnic groups. They live in harmony with nature, preserving age-old rituals passed down through generations. Each morning, locals still burn incense at their doorsteps to pray for peace. They enjoy embroidery and weaving, crafting traditional clothing adorned with spiritually meaningful patterns. During festivals, the village youth don vibrant outfits, dancing around bonfires, beating drums, and singing folk songs that echo through the mountains. When visiting Jiuzhaigou, you'll step into a realm often described as a paradise on earth. Winding wooden trails through dense forests lead to lakes that change color with the light. Nestled between them are tiered waterfalls like Pearl Shoal Waterfall and Shuzheng Waterfall, where cascading water creates floating mist over lush, green moss. Visiting the villages of the Tibetan and Qiang people, you'll feel the warmth and kindness of the locals. They'll gladly invite you to sit by the fire and savor traditional dishes such as barley bread, grilled yak meat, and rich butter tea. Canas Lake, Xinjiang. Canas Lake, located in Burqin County of the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, is one of the most magnificent natural wonders of northwest China. Covering an area of about 45 square kilometers, the lake is embraced by dense pine forests and snow-capped mountain ranges, creating a scene of serene yet majestic beauty. Its surface shimmers with a signature turquoise hue, perfectly mirroring the sky, drifting clouds, and tree-lined slopes. In spring and summer, gentle sunlight dances upon the water, while the surrounding forests burst into a vibrant green. Melting snow trickling down from the mountain peaks adds a unique, delicate touch to the grandeur and stillness of the scenery. Come autumn, the forests transform into a tapestry of gold and crimson, blending harmoniously with the clear blue lake, like a romantic oil painting painted by nature's own hand. In winter, snow blankets the surrounding woods, turning the entire area into a fairy tale realm of ethereal charm. Qinghai Lake is home to rare wildlife, such as Asiatic black bears, deer, moose, and migratory birds from the north. The surrounding forests thrive with diverse flora, including Siberian pines, ancient spruces, firs, and chestnut trees, forming a rich, temperate ecosystem. This region is also inhabited by Kazakh and Hui communities, who live mainly through livestock herding and farming. In recent years, tourism has become an increasingly vital part of the local economy. Warm and hospitable, the locals possess a vibrant cultural heritage. During festivals such as Nowruz or the summer celebrations, they gather for singing, dancing, horse racing, archery, and traditional carpet weaving. Ceremonies for rain, harvest thanksgiving, and weddings embody a spirit of community and reverence for nature. When visiting Qinghai Lake, riding a horse across the small meadows along the shore is an unforgettable experience. Pause by the lakeside to marvel at its glassy turquoise surface, reflecting dense birch forests and snow-covered peaks. On your way, stop by Kazakh villages to witness their simple, rustic lifestyle. You will be welcomed with fragrant milk tea and freshly baked bread, along with captivating tales and legends of Canis Lake, including those of the mythical water spirits. At night, enjoy tangy, fermented goat's yogurt. Nibble on salted dried meat and listen to the soulful dombra playing under the flicker of a warm campfire. Lake Manasarovar, Tibet. Situated at an altitude of nearly 4,600 meters in the harsh Tibetan plateau, Lake Manasarovar appears like a pristine mirror amidst majestic nature. Not only is it one of the highest freshwater lakes in the world, Manasarovar is also a sacred site deeply connected to the ancient beliefs of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Bon. The lake lies near the base of Mount Kailash, the mountain considered the axis of the universe, making the surroundings even more sacred. Manasarovar has an almost perfectly circular shape. Its crystal-clear waters reflect the blue sky and surrounding snow-capped peaks, creating a scene both serene and majestic. The area around the lake is nearly treeless. There are only low grasses and scattered rocks, exposed under the dry, cold climate typical of the plateau. In the distance, the snow-covered Himalayas stand grand and silent, evoking a sense that time has come to a standstill. In the early morning, the gentle wind passing through the open land and the sound of rippling waves make the lake an ideal place for meditation. In the Hindu mind, the lake was born from the pure thought of Lord Brahma, created from the mind of the Creator God himself. Pilgrims believe that merely touching its water can wash away the karma accumulated over countless lifetimes, leaving the soul pure as it was in the beginning. On one side is Manasarovar, light, life, and virtue, On the other is Rakshastal, death, ignorance, and chaos. These two opposing worlds lie next to each other, never merging but never separating either, like yin and yang, forming a mystical layer of meaning beyond ordinary logic. Reaching Lake Manasarovar is not easy. Visitors must pass through rugged paths crossing the dry, barren Tibetan plateau. Travelers can perform the Kora, the ritual of walking around the lake, either on foot or by vehicle, quietly contemplating the vast, clear lake stretching beneath the horizon. The lake's water is icy cold, but for many, touching or bathing in it is a ritual cleansing both body and spirit. Spending time meditating or simply sitting quietly by the lake, you can feel the invisible connection between humans and the universe. For centuries, Buddhist and Hindu devotees have revered Lake Manasarovar. They regard it as a point of intersection between heaven and earth, between the material and the spiritual worlds.